Hello everyone, today we're going to create a nav, not a navbar, but a nav in Bootstrap form. First thing is going to always be adding the link Bootstrap. After that, we are going to create a simple unordered list with the class nav, which is going to have a list item called nav item, and inside of it you are going to create a nav link which is going to have the link where you want to go, okay? After that, you just copy and paste it, and yes, here we have the disabled and the active as well. Changing the position of the content, you just add after the nav in the unordered list, you put add the class justify content center or end, so you get in the right. If you want your nav to be vertical, just add flex column. If instead of this thing you want to have tabs, just add nav tabs after the nav. If you didn't really like these tabs, you can simply change the tabs for pills, and it's like a button, rounded corners button. If you want your nav to have 100% width like unjustified content, you just add the nav justified, okay? If you want, you can also put in the tab, not tab, tabs, yes, tabs. It works in both tabs and pills. After that, the drop down, okay? Drop down is going to be really simple. We are going to create a URL class. This time we are going to use the nav and the nav pills. Then you create as many list items as you want, the nav items, but the most important is going to be this one, the drop down itself. We are going to create a list item with the class nav item, of course, and the drop down. After that, we are going to create an anchor class with a nav link and drop down toggle. Having this drop down toggle, we must have a data toggle, which is going to be drop down. You are going to have this href if you want to go somewhere, but you should have a drop down. Can put it down, click, I don't know. After that, you create a div which is going to have the content of the dropdown. The div is going to be called, the class of the div is going to be called dropdown menu, and inside of that you are going to create anchors which will have dropdown items. These dropdown items must have some href and the name, of course. Now the tabs, we just remove these pills and put tabs, not tabs, just tabs, okay? Here we go. So here we go, you can add some containers and some stuff before this one, but I'm just going to show it as raw as possible. First you're going to create an unordered list with the class nav, and this time nav tabs. I'm going to spoil you, and you can pick also pills, it doesn't matter, okay? But we are going to stick tabs first. Then you are going to create a list item with the nav item, and inside you are going to create a link, a nav link. You can put active or not, it doesn't matter. After that you are going to create a data toggle, but not with drop down, but with tab. After that you are going to create href. Href is going to have an hashtag, and after the hashtag you are going to put a name. This is going to be an ID. When you put an hashtag before, it's when you want to talk about IDs in HTML. After that you put the name of the tab. This will be repeatable, okay, you just copy and paste, but this need to be different. The href need to be different, or otherwise it will not work properly, of course. After that you are going to create a div with the class tab content. The dev content is going to have more divs. First one is going to have an ID, of course, of home. This is going to have the classes container, so it will not start from the corners of the screen. It will have the tab pane, that's mandatory, and the active, that can or not. After that, you are going to put anything you want to have in your nav. So I just put a br to break, so we have more space in here. The h3 home, which is going to be title, doesn't matter, and some text from Lauren soon. After that, you close the div and create more and more. Don't forget, the ID need to be the same as the top one. The active is going to be, if you want it to start act. The fade is going to be that little animation when you leave. You see, it makes a fade, but if you go home doesn't make the fade. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you soon.